welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here and excited for this video to share with you. So today's topic is going to be what were the worst aspects of having coronavirus? And these are the worst aspects that not many people talk about, but are so relevant and so key to the experience of having coronavirus. So obviously the first worst aspect, besides actual symptoms of COVID, was the isolation. Being isolated is horrific, and it makes sense why punishment, one of the forms of punishment, is putting people in isolation, because it is so hard and difficult to go such long periods of time without affection, without hugging people, without feeling the love and being around another human being. It is seriously mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically draining and harmful. Obviously, I needed to be isolated because I was highly contagious with the pandemic virus. We know that. But being isolated was just really upsetting because you start to feel so lonely and you're not sure if you're gonna freaking wake up alive or if you're just gonna go in the night because you can't breathe. So having that mindset and that fear lurking in the back of your mind makes it even worse, because all you want to do is just see your loved ones and just show them how much you love them in case you can't anymore. So that aspect was really difficult, but it was necessary. Like, thank God I had this little guy with me during Corona. It was just me and him in our little studio. And thank God I had him, because he just was the one and the only one that showed me love and affection and warmth. And I needed that. And it's so healing to have animals with you when you're sick. And this little guy has been with me since my Lyme treatment. So he knows my body really well. And he knows when my body is suffering and sick. And that is going to be another video I'll share with you, because Corona did affect him. Corona affected my little sweet Charlie in multiple ways, and so stay tuned for that video. But what I can tell you is having coronavirus and having Charlie with me honestly contributed to me staying alive, because being completely isolated and like fighting for your life and being in that much pain was so agonizing and so torturous that being able to just hold him and pet him and have him lie next to me in my bed while I was just so sick, it helped. It really did help. He's nervous. He doesn't like being on the camera, so he licks. He looks away and he licks. So he's a little introvert like me. But yeah. I was very grateful to have this guy, because he helped me combat the isolation aspect of having COVID. The second worst part about having COVID is the fact that, yes, you are isolated, which means you can't go anywhere, which means you can't use anybody's laundry machines. You can't wash your clothes. So literally, I had to go back to prairie times and wash my petites, my socks, and a few of my shorts in my sink. But because I had a tiny little beach studio, I had a tiny little sink. So I could only fit literally my petites in there and like a pair of shorts each time. And so I couldn't wash towels. So I ran out of towels. I had to use the same towels and washcloths for a very long time. And then finally, thank God, my last few weeks of having COVID, my sweet big sis from my Delta Zeta sorority bought me and shipped me brand new towels and socks. And so thank God she did that, because it was horrific having to use the same bath towels when you were that sick. But yeah, and another thing is I had to ration my clothes. So like I know to most people this is probably normal life for them, but this was not normal for me. Like, I am used to being able to use a laundry machine, like a washer and a dryer, and oh my God. It was like I was on Little House on the Prairie, Little Beach Studio on the Prairie, because I had to ration everything, and it was so hard not to be able to wash anything besides my few pairs of shorts and socks. It was crazy. So that was the second worst part about it. But you can definitely know that now that I can use a washer and dryer, it is so amazing. It's the best feeling in the world when I do laundry now, because I have a laundry machine where I can have clean clothes and clean towels. And it's so funny because even now I still ration my clothes and I ration my towels because I'm in such a habit now for 70 plus days. I'm in such a habit that that's also what contributed to my minimalistic lifestyle, is that I've just rationed everything. And so it's just so bizarre and funny. But that was the second worst aspect, not being able to wash anything. So the third and final aspect, the worst aspect of having COVID, was basically how it affected finances. And because I was sick for like 70 plus days, and that's including like right before I tested positive. But because I was out sick, I couldn't go to work. And I was working on my laptop as much as I could while I was sick to help the doctors, because they needed an MA while they did telemedicine appointments. And so I helped as much as I could, but that honestly kind of disqualified me for the disability insurance. So I was kind of screwed in finances because I was out sick. I couldn't go to the office and work my full-time hours like I was before I contracted it. So I had ways to make it through, and that is once again going to be in another video where I go into detail of finances and costs of COVID. But basically that was the third and worst part, is just having to actually stress about paying bills and paying things while I was sick with COVID and not earning as much money as I was earning before. So yeah, it was a struggle, and it grew me. I'm not gonna lie, like, I am a different person for the better, but I am also like a little scarred from that experience. It was a little bit extreme, you know? It was an extremist situation. So yeah, but I definitely learned a lot. So those were the three worst aspects of having COVID, in my opinion. And I know there was plenty of other aspects that made it negative, but those were the top three that I feel not many people talk about. And I hope it kind of gives you a little bit more empathy for those who are going through it. And if you can help them out in any way that I mentioned, that would be great, and really supportive for them. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, comment below, like and subscribe, and I will get back to you. Have a beautiful day.